All right, we back. We back. We have the man himself, P Money.
What's good,
Man,
bro?
P, I appreciate you showing up, man. Cause like I've been wanting this interview, man.
A little minute now. It's been a minute,
Yeah.
innit?
So how's things been, brother? How's things been?
Good, man. Busy. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Busy. But no, things have been real good, man. Like really good.
You've been like touring and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, non-stop, man. All around the world. Especially obviously shows all over the UK. But yeah, man, everywhere. I've been pretty much everywhere, and this year it's non-stop. In like, I don't know when this is coming out, but in a week from now, I'll be doing Singapore, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, um, Hungary, Belgium. Yeah,
Ah.
it's crazy.
So like
Yeah.
are you once you start traveling, like is it like you're gonna fly and fly back or just go to all those countries like then come back home?
Nah, so once I leave for Singapore, I go straight to South Korea, then straight to New Zealand, then Australia. Then I come home. Literally the day I get back, I go straight to a festival, and then like I'm home for maybe like a few weeks, and then it's like back out to like different European countries and shit. It's a
Yeah.
wild life, man. I can't lie.
Yo,
It's a
it's a
wild life.
blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah, yeah, it's a blessing, man.
What's that flight like to Singapore? Like it's gotta be like
Um,
a good minute, no?
yeah, it's about 14 hours, I want to say, maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. I think about that. Yeah, yeah, about 14 hours. I think could be more, man. Honestly, first time going to Singapore. I've been a lot of other places, but I haven't been to Singapore. First time going there this year.
So do you go with like an entourage or is it like you, manager, production type shit?
I ain't got no manager, man. I've never had a manager on nothing.
What?
I ain't never been signed, no manager,
Nah.
none of that shit, man. Everything you've ever heard of P Money is P Money.
P Money.
Yeah, there ain't no person manages my socials. If you message me and I hit you back, you talking to me. Like, no one's taught me this shit. Like, this is me from the ground up.
So how does that like come about? Like, like so are you more so you're more hands-on with everything then?
Everything, like
Yeah.
anything you see of P Money is me. Like, I am the executive. I make every decision of my career, like from top to bottom to even what flights I choose to go on, what shows I want to do. Like, I have a booking agent who
Yeah.
you can email him to book me, but he still has to come to me and ask me, like, yo, P, do you want to do this? This is how much they want to pay, etc., etc. And then yeah, it's all down to me. Every single thing goes through me, from artwork to mix, mastering the music, like just absolutely everything. The videos, I make my own treatments. I direct my own music videos. They're all me, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So it's more so you're more like so for you it's more of like you kind of just outsource. You manage the whole thing, but you're just outsourced. Like, all right, I got touring agents, I got booking agent, I got a little camera crew, I got this, that, like, so that's kind of like, but it's all essentially your plan. When I want to release shit, that's when I release.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, even with like the camera stuff, it's my friends, people I've grown up with. Like, I
Yeah,
just put them on. I'm like, yo, like, we come from the street, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I'm like, bro, the street ends up one way, you either go jail or worse. So I'm like, put a camera in your hand, like, I'll pay you. Let's learn, like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Let's learn some stuff. Like, with YouTube, you can learn anything
yeah.
now.
No,
Like,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Google, you can learn anything. It's not crazy as hard as people think. So
yeah,
that's the kind of vibe. So everyone you see around me, like you mentioned earlier, like my entourage is mainly all my friends. They're either artists as well, or they're DJs, or they're producers, or they know how to film or something. Everybody has a role, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, sometimes I roll with an entourage, it could be 20, 30 people. Sometimes it's just me. If I roll out and I want to just do me, I
that's
roll one man up. Like,
so. You've kind of like because you've always been the guy, for instance, like you've always been the guy to help somebody, right? Like
yeah.
and you don't really, like, at your stature, you don't really, I'm just gonna keep it a buck, you don't really see that compared to like,
Yeah.
so where did that come from as far as you just like, yo, I see this is a good youth, let me check for him.
Because when I was young, nobody really did it for me.
Mm.
Like I didn't have a manual, I didn't have a blueprint, I didn't have someone to say, yo, P, this is what you need to do. Like everything, I had to take the long route and the hard route of learning everything myself, doing everything myself. So, and I always used to think like it kind of made me not like a few people that was older than me, because I used to feel like, raw, like, why don't you help, you know, put me on, or why don't you show me certain things that would have made my journey much easier? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a deeper conversation. But yeah, like that was my kind of thought at the time. And then instead of being part of that cycle, that endless cycle of, oh well, no one helped me, so I ain't gonna help you. I thought I ain't doing that. Because someone's got to break the cycle somewhere. And I don't think it harms anyone's career to just help someone.
Yeah.
That's it. Like if I have a song and you are better than me,
yeah,
and I put you on the song, I'm happy with just that. You ain't even got to tell people, yo, P put me on the song. I'm happy with knowing like I helped get you that exposure because you are better than me. Like you're sick. Like that's what it's about. I guess the reason why I'm like this is because I didn't get into music for like money or fame or anything. Like it was a side hobby. Like it was just something I could do. Like in school days, it was just, I didn't even really care about it when I first started out. Like I was just a kid in school. You know, my friends were doing it and I could do it, but like I didn't even show people until like, you know, I was in like secondary school. But yeah, I was a hustler first. That was it. I was about making money. I didn't really give a damn about music. So I guess I still treat it like, you know, a hobby, and I'm still grounded, you know. I know where I come from.
It's crazy to me because it's like the same kind of like mentality, like you said. It's like, yo, like people kind of have this like, I did it, you have to do it, and like you are literally like the first. And I've met a lot of artists, you know, and the first artist that I've met that was like, that's why it was very weird for me, because I'm like how, why, like that, and as much as I'm trying to say it, it's like it shouldn't be weird, but it was weird because I was like, why is P so nice?
That's like the thing. Like this is what's supposed to be normal.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. That cycle's been around so long that we're used to that. We're used to that negativity. We're used to that selfishness, to the point where we come up thinking that's how it is. But that ain't how it is. You see, when people say, oh, it is what it is, but that's bullshit, man. It ain't. It ain't, bro. People have made it that way in the past and nobody stepped out to change that narrative. No one's stepped out to say, nah, man, that ain't how it should be. This is how it should be. A helping hand. Like, the conversation can go deep. Like, you see, like, black people, like, especially from the Caribbean, we don't teach each other nothing in families. Like, Caribbean families don't pass on stuff, and like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't, like, for example, my grandma and my grandparents, they bought their house in the UK, you know, way back in the day when, you know, prices were cheap and whatnot. But like, they don't teach you these things. They don't teach you, yo, grandson, you need to put the money aside because this is what you need to do. They don't, you know what I mean? It's just not, that's not a normal conversation that we have amongst our families. But with my Asian friends, they learned that from young.
Yeah.
And because they're my friends, that's how I learned. Like, oh, this is, so your dad passed that on to you, and your brother then passed that on to you. And I'm like, oh shit, this is the shit.
No, you know, it's crazy because it's real, and it's very, it's in the Caribbean culture, because it's kind of like, same like with my grandparents, right? So like my dad, his pops, like kind of was like, yo, you gotta fend for yourself, and then my dad had the same mentality with me. So there was nothing that I was taught from that. You know what I'm saying? So everything, like for me growing up, I had to figure out myself, because I was by myself the whole time.
Exactly. Like
because he like his dad came from Jamaica to England, and then he got a house in Coventry, and paid off the house, whatever. So then my dad flew from Jamaica. He sent for my dad, but then kind of just like same shit, you know what I mean? And it was like, it is a cycle. So even with how I'm with my kids, my mom's just like, yo, your dad was never like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I I don't want that cycle, you know, at all. So
Yeah,
yeah, but it's
yeah.
deep. It's deep. It's a deep
It's
convo.
a deep
Yeah, yeah,
conversation,
yeah,
but that is where it comes from. Like
yeah,
me, in terms of helping other people in music, it comes from that. Like we weren't getting help amongst our own families. Like we ain't, you know what I mean? We don't reach out to each other. Like Caribbean families are very, you know, this is my stuff, and you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Go
yeah,
get yours and take
yeah,
away yourself. Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
That's
especially when you go Jamaica,
yeah,
everyone's rowdy. Like I tell all my friends that are white, whenever they say they're going to Jamaica, I'm like, yo, get some attitude about you. You
yeah,
can't go there on this posh speaking and low voice. Be loud. You know, that's how they are. That's how we are as Jamaicans. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
people will learn anyway, man.
Yeah, I think this new generation is changing and the culture is growing. And like I said, there's examples, people like you, because for instance, people like you give me inspiration, which makes me give other people inspiration. So it's like you've done your job within that work itself. You know what I mean? Because you're like,
Mm,
fuck. Well, because that's how it really is supposed to be. Like life is supposed to be about abundance, not jealousy. Jealousy is lack of. You know what I mean? Insecurity is
yeah.
lack of. So you're you're manifesting that lack of, you know? It's like you said, if
Hmm.
someone's on a song better than me and he both, that's even better because it's like, well, people feel like, oh, no, I can't let him go off of my hype because he get bigger than me.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
crazy.
in Atlanta, those guys are like that. Like they all put each other on, right?
That's what it's about. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and you see their influence in the music industry and people coming up and get, like, you know, Lil Thug puts on Baby, Baby puts on Gunner, Gunner comes back, da da da. It's it all helps each other. Like look at Gucci Man. That's why he's lasted so long because he put all of those guys on.
That's how it should be, man. Like there shouldn't be nothing wrong with helping someone. That should be normal. But
Yeah.
it's like the way the world is today, it's like a lot of humanity is lost, man.
Yeah. So Fia, I wanna act like, man, there's so much I wanna get in, but also I
Hmm.
wanna kind of focus on the GTA part. But
Yeah, man.
there's so much elements. But I kind of want to ask you, like, how did you, how did you even find out about like GTA and then like the whole no pixel? Did you ever stream before that, or it wasn't a thing to you?
Uh, yeah, I was streaming, but not GTA. I was streaming. It was called FIFA at the time. I was streaming FIFA.
Yeah.
I was like, finishing like top 100 in the world on FIFA and shit.
Really?
Yeah, so I knew about the whole like streaming world. Like I had a Twitch account, but never used it, right? Because Clutch from what would be the Manor now actually worked at Twitch, and he's good friends with my friends JME, obviously Zerka, and I reached out and I was like, "Yo, I'm looking to get a Twitch account," and he was like, "Don't worry, P, got you." So I got a Twitch account, but I never used it for like 4 years. Never used it.
Yeah.
But I knew about the whole Twitch scene and people streaming. I got really cool with everyone amongst the FIFA scene. Everyone was like, "Yo, P, you're so good." Like out of all the UK artists, like I'm the guy.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, "P, you should stream. You should stream." So then I started finishing like top 100 in the world in what's called a weekend league, which is where like on the weekend from Friday to Sunday, you get a total of like, let's say it's 40 matches, and everyone around the world is playing 40 matches against different people around the world, and it's like who can win all 40 matches in the quickest. And I was always in like the top 100
Yeah.
of everyone around the world. So straight away, people were like, you should stream, you should stream. And then I started buying equipment, and I met with Fixer. I met up with Fixer because he's from a local area not far from mine. And I remember I putting a tweet out saying, "Yeah, I want to start streaming." And he was like, "Look, I'll help you. I can mod for you. I can show you what you do." I am still an amateur streamer. Like
Yeah.
something goes wrong in my stream, I might as well turn it off. I ain't fixing it. I don't know what to do. So he was my guy to help that out. He got me started. He was like, "Right, you need this camera, this light, this company, Elgato." I started YouTubing stuff and learning stuff all through him. And then I started streaming, and I started streaming FIFA, and I was doing really good. Like within the first year I hit like, I don't know, something like 50, 60,000 followers or something crazy.
Yeah.
And that wasn't until like, when did I start streaming? I think it was like COVID, like 2021.
Yeah.
And then maybe 4 months after streaming, no, Fixer was telling me about, no pixel.
Yeah.
And Barry, I'd seen videos and stuff of like Grand Theft Auto and the mods, I didn't know I didn't know enough about like it being a server and its
Yeah,
own
yeah,
server.
yeah.
So Fixer was telling me, and he was like, "Yo, Josh does it, Zerka." I was like, "What?" So I started watching Josh, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is lit. This is sick." You know what I mean? So I started watching different people and getting onto different characters. And then one time, I must have just clicked onto Mando's stream, and I started watching Mando,
Mhm.
and he had this deep voice. At the time, I didn't know it was a voice changer. I'm new to this, so
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know that shit existed. So I'm like, who the hell is this deep voice American? But he's playing this role sick. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's on the block, he's doing the baller stuff. I'm like, oh, this is sick. So, you know, I'm typing in chat, like, whatever. And then, bruv, no exaggeration, this guy, I typed in chat, and this guy just like turned off his voice changer, and he was a normal guy from an area that I know is Essex.
It's from Essex, yeah.
And it just blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought he was this deep voiced black American
Yeah,
guy. And
yeah, yeah.
he's like, no, man. Like, I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yo, P. So I started talking with him, and he was like, look, man, you should get on the server, you should get on. And I was like, yo, Fix has been telling me to get on for time. And then I had whitelist. I managed to get on whitelist, but I still never got on because I was like, I want to make sure I know what I'm getting into, and I understand it, and I respect it. A lot of people get on the server, think they know everything, and don't respect what RP is. They just jump in the deep end. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I kind of waited. I was watching people. I started seeing like, because I was watching Mando, I learned about like OTT, and then because I was watching Zerka, I learned about like the Mandem and Wicked and stuff. I learned about different characters. And then I didn't actually learn about Changang until I got into the server when I actually started playing. And then, yeah, man, that was it. I got hooked. I was in. I was just like, oh, I like this shit. Yeah, once I learned about like the music scene and whatnot, I was like, yo, this is sick, man. Because I could help people as well as like just have a bit of fun.
Yeah,
Well, you know?
you definitely like when you came in, you definitely brought the music scene to a whole another level, and even brought like the UK element to it, like because Wicked and them were there doing things, but it kind of brought the culture forward, you know, big time.
Yeah, man.
Because a lot of a lot of the Americans, sometimes they're ignorant to it, but they really embrace it now, you know.
Yeah, some of them still are, but it's cool. Anyone's gonna be like that around the world. Like that's just how it goes. But I'm just glad, I could do me. And the craziest thing is, why I enjoyed it the most is probably because I don't actually rap. Like I don't do rap. No Pixel is the only place that gets me on rap beats. Like I don't rap.
Yeah. Okay,
I do grime.
Yeah.
I do grime and drum and bass and dubstep, like EDM style stuff. I can rap. I just didn't. Like my real career, I don't rap. I'm not known as a rapper. Like I know all the rappers, I know all of them, but I don't rap. So for me, it was like, it's good and fun because I was in No Pixel and I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump on rap beats because it's something different. Like I'm gonna actually role play a UK rapper. Like I ain't a UK rapper. So as much as people are like, oh yeah, he's a real artist, I'm not doing shit that I do in real life. I don't rap. I don't make rap music. Like even when I show people my Changang anthem, they're like, yo, this is rap. I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's different.
So for instance, for like you doing like the rapping stuff compared to like the grime and stuff, right? Like, do you enjoy that too, or is it more
man,
it's just like a side thing?
No, I enjoy it. I enjoy it all. Like I don't record at home. Like I got a mic at home, but I don't record at home. Like No Pixel songs that you've heard, like I record in a studio that's like, for you guys it would be $1,200 for the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I record No Pixel tracks in the same studio, same engineer, same mix downs. Like I treat it serious. Like, it's a bit of fun, but I treat it with the same respect because at the end of the day, I want people to hear it and be like, this is good shit. I want people to not know about No Pixel, hear the song. If you know about P Money already, you hear the P Money song and be like, yo, this song's hard. Like, what's this? And then I say, oh, it's No Pixel. Straight away, when they hear the quality and the level, they think, I must take an interest in this.
Yeah.
And then they start listening to other artists as well. You know what I mean? If I showed you something that was mediocre, not recorded properly, rough sounding, the reaction's a bit different. You won't take it as serious. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So now, because you've got an actual like serious artist, like a lot of people who aren't into RP and don't know about RP, take it seriously straight away because they're like, yo, this sounds like high level shit. So straight away they just dive in, man.
So for you now, it's kind of like was like No Pixel starting to take up like too much of your time as far as like
Um, I would say yes and no. I'd say no because it's always a choice for me. For many others, it's not because they are streamers and have to stream. That's their job. That's their income.
Mhm.
For me, it's always a choice. Like last year, I streamed a total of 7 times out of the whole year because I've made my choice. I need to do my music. That's my bread and butter. So I'm gonna focus on that. Where it was during COVID, like 21, 22, I had time. There wasn't a great deal of shows. We weren't really allowed to travel the world just yet. So I could sit there and stream all the time. So in a way, it did take up my time because, yeah, like you get addicted, you get hooked, you're on it for hours and you don't realize 10 hours are fucking past. You look at the time, you're like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it definitely can do that. But the difference with me is it's always a choice. Like I am never afraid to just be like, I'm coming off or I ain't going on today. You know, I don't feel the need to have to go on where some people kind of have to, you know, even playing different games. Some people don't do it because their viewership drops. So they like, I have to just play GTA.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that
So
becomes like their brand, and then they become kind of like chained to it.
yeah.
So now for like you said, the enjoyment of No Pixel during COVID, and now you transition back into like, you know, going outside and stuff like that. What is it looking like for you now? Are you like kind of back, or you leaving, or like, because I know you're going on tour.
Yeah, no, I'm back. Like I'm back. So during the time of like after COVID, I was on No Pixel for a lot, like for like a year straight. I was on pretty much like 3-4 days out of the week, like guaranteed. And then I had a baby, so I felt like, you know, this ain't my job. So I wanted to make sure like I was there, you know, as much as possible for my second son.
Yeah.
So I stripped back a bit. So that's why like last year I didn't really stream as much. My son's gonna be 2 in like 4 days. So yeah,
Yeah.
in his first year, I wasn't really streaming as much. I was just, you know, doing music and then being there with family life. And then now, because he's getting older and he's gonna start going to like childcare, like childmind, it's like nursery
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I'll be able to stream more because people think, you know, music's an everyday thing, and it is, but a lot of the time I'm at home, I'm chilling. Like I chill, watch movies if I'm playing games. A lot of the time, like, you know, I'll be in your chat.
Yeah.
But I'm playing FIFA. You know, I could jump on No Pixel and stream. I just don't want to. I want to play FIFA and watch my friends like in the background, you know what I mean? So a lot of the time I'm at home chilling. It's just because I know when you're on No Pixel, you kind of ruin the RP if it's like, oh, 1 sec, I need to, and you make an excuse that you got to attend to your family. I don't want to do that to other people. So I just won't be on the server for now. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm actually, you know, I'm back, and September I'm like fully back because my son will be in nursery, so I'll pretty much have like all day to just be around and stuff. But
I just about to put my son in. He's going to summer, the summer camp stuff, and then he's going September. He's going.
Yeah, man.
The first 2 years, he's turning two. He's turning 2 in November.
Nice.
So yeah, the first year is crazy.
Yeah. You got, but it's important to be there. It's like I say about breaking that cycle.
Yeah.
My dad weren't there. Like, listen, my dad was in the UK was a famous basketballer. He even played in America at one point. I didn't really know him.
Yeah.
I didn't really know him. You know what I mean? Like, this guy had cars, house, everything. I didn't really know him. I've never wanted to do that for my kids. You know what I mean? I want to make sure my kids know, and you know what I mean, there's pictures, everything, videos, they can see now my dad's present. Like people see, even now, you know, I could just look at my son, I don't even have to say anything, he knows what my face is
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
when I
yeah.
give him that look. You know what I mean? I see dads, they can't tell their son nothing.
No, no,
And that just shows
100%.
me
Yeah,
you weren't around. Like my
yeah,
dad can't tell me anything. I don't even call him that. I'm calling him dad on this just so you understand what I'm talking about.
yeah,
But to his face, I don't call him that because
yeah.
he didn't earn that right. You know what I mean? I make sure like I've earned that right where my son has to say, yeah, that's my dad. You know what I
Man.
mean?
And it's
Yeah.
that's why that's why I don't understand, because for me it's like it's such a beautiful thing, like, you know, when your son wakes up in the morning, he comes to you saying daddy, like, I just don't understand how, like, even for my father, like, he didn't care to, like, he didn't like you, like, for me, like, my son's always in my mind, you know what I mean, like, no matter
Yeah.
where I go. So it's like, bro, like, how could you just like, but I guess it was the culture at that time, but it bothers me because I'm just like, how could you not be like,
Yeah, I mean, there's always different factors and different stories for people. I just put it down to most of our parents when they had us were young and still figuring things out. Like life is forever changing. And if you have a kid at a certain point in life, you know, imagine all the people that had a kid like during COVID. Like a lot of people were not forced to be together, but they were.
yeah,
You were just in the house with each other every day. You might have had a baby, but you know, those during those COVID years, you might not have actually really loved each other. It's
yeah,
just you
yeah,
was in that thing at that moment of that time, and now you know we're free to go around and stuff. You're like, hang on a minute, I don't really even like
yeah,
this person. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, but you got a baby now, like that. You know what I mean? And then that baby grows up thinking, oh, my dad didn't really care, but you don't. That baby won't realize that your dad was with your mom at a weird time
yeah,
in life in general. But until you have that sit down and with your dad, you'll never know. Like I had to sit down and talked with my dad and understood what he was going through his life. It's not an excuse, but at least it let me understand to be able to be like, you know what, I can forgive this man and be cool with him. Being kind of intelligent and good at storytelling and good with words, I just started writing lyrics. And then one day in school, my friend was having a little clash with someone else. And this time no one had known that I could write lyrics. Like no one known that I could MC. And we was all in a circle and they was having their little rap battle. And then I just stepped in to defend him. And I just said one lyric and everyone just went mad. So at that point, I didn't even know if I was good.
yeah.
You know, I was just writing lyrics in my bedroom, learning them, whatever. I didn't know if I was good or not. And then when I did it in the school playground, everyone just went crazy. Like, oh my God, you're so sick. You get me? And like my real name's Paris, but I was just a hustler. Like I used to make money in school by like, I'd go to like, I don't know what it would be for you. For us, it's like, we got Tesco's and Sainsbury's. I guess you guys got
Grocery stores.
yeah, Walmart. I think you got like
Yeah,
the blue one.
Yeah, ours would be like, ours would be like Walmart and
Yeah. So I was going to those places, right?
Yeah.
And let's say you'd get a pack of sweets, but it would have 10 packs within that. So it would be a big pack of 10 mini packs of sweets.
yeah, yeah.
So let's say that big pack was like $5. I'd buy that $5 pack, that big pack, but I would sell every individual one for $5. I'd go
Yeah.
to school, like all the kids. I'd go to the
Because
rich
you're
group,
buying
like,
it in a
yo,
bulk.
I'm buying it in bulk,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm getting it for a certain price.
That's like a
right?
Costco for us. Yeah, Costco.
Yeah, Costco. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got that too. So
Yeah.
I was doing that from like school. Cookies, you pay $1, but you get 4 cookies. I'd sell each cookie for $1.
Yeah.
Every day. I was doing that every day. I was
Just
coming home
just
with
hustling.
money, just hustling every day because these kids were getting dropped to school. I was going to school by myself. My mum had to work. So I was getting train or bus to school. So I was able to say, you know what? I'm waking up an hour earlier. I'm going to the shop. I'm stacking up my shit. You know what I mean? I'm not getting dinner. I'm using my dinner money to buy this shit. Going into school, lunchtime, I'm going to the rich kids. I'm going, you know what I mean? And I had notes like, okay, this is what this person fuck with. He likes Haribo's. This person likes the cookies. This person. So I knew who to sell to every day. You know what I mean? That's what I was doing. So, and where my name was Paris, everyone was just like P. And then people would see me with new trainers. When a mobile phone came out, Nokia, Face Off, 3310, any phone came out, I had it. in school days. This was like unheard of shit. Like, what? Is his mum buying it? And they're like, nah. Like, my friends would be with me, like, nah, he was in the shop. Like, we went with him. He's buying this shit. Like, you know what I mean? And new trainers, whatever it was, I had it. So it's like the name just came, P Money. I didn't call myself it. My school called me P Money. I never once called myself that. Like, even if when I introduced myself, yo, what's your name? I say Paris, because I have never called myself that. It just became a nickname because of what I was doing in school. And then, yeah, I got into music, and the name just stuck. And then that was it, because like I was quite popular already for making money, and I was well known around my estate. Like, you guys will call it hood, because I was well known. My name was just spreading. And this was in the era of like MSN Messenger, which was like WhatsApp today, but it was just only on the PC. And the PC was dial-up internet. We didn't have Wi-Fi, bro. We had dial-up internet where you'd connect to the internet and it would make weird noises. Your actual PC would make crazy noises trying to connect to the internet via your phone line, like your house phone, to the point where if your mum picked up the house phone, your internet would cut off, because that's what it used. It used the house phone to connect to the internet. There weren't no Wi-Fi and hubs, Virgin Media and all that. There was none of this shit. Yeah, you just had one internet. Everyone had the same internet, and it was connected to your house phone, and nobody could use the house phone if you was on the internet, or it would cut you off. So we was using like MSN Messenger, and then we were sending our songs around on MSN, and then Bluetooth came. And then I got to like maybe like the last year of school, and I was on buses, and like we didn't have, we didn't have Twitter and Instagram. We hadn't even got Facebook at this point. So people didn't know what I looked like, but they knew what I sounded like. So I'm getting on a bus, and kids would be at the back of the bus playing my shit on their phone.
How did that feel? What was that feeling
crazy. Like? It was mad, because I'm like, I don't know who these kids are, because they don't go on my school, but they got my fucking song. How you get my song? But that was the Bluetooth days where people would just sit next to each other and hold the phone next to each other and send music to each other and shit. And it just spreads. It just spreaded like wildfire. Like, it just spreads. Like, girls would be playing your songs, guys, kids, whatever, like everyone, different groups, different neighborhoods, different schools, and it just spreaded. And then MySpace came, and that's when I made a profile, and then people started to know what I'd look like, and then it just started getting crazy. Like, anywhere I started going, all over London, was like, oh, that's that guy, that's Pete, that's him, like, and it just started getting crazy. Like, started going mad, man. And then like, I left school, went college, and I studied media because I wanted to make music videos. I'm seeing all these big Jay-Z on TV, and I'm like, I don't know how to make a music video. I never had one. I don't know that. All I know is how to record. Like, I don't know how to play no instrument. I don't know how to make no video. So I started going to college. I was like, I want to study media. So I studied media. That's how I learned how to direct. I learned, camera tricks. I learned transitions, writing a treatment down. And I was like, I can do all of this. And then I dropped out of college because, I was doing shit I shouldn't. Like, you know what I mean? The kind of shit we do on, we do on GTA, I was doing shit like, I was well known for it. So literally,
you was getting out the mud, man. You was getting out the mud.
You know what I mean? I was getting out of the mud, but like, it was so crazy how I got kicked out of college. The head teacher and like the owner or whatever just called me into the office one day and was like, you can't come back. And I was just
really?
Like, what? Yeah. I hadn't done nothing crazy, but they were just like, your influence is mad. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you got more influence than the teachers. Like, we genuinely can't have you here because you come in late, and because you're coming in late and you're doing what you're doing, and then you just leave when you want. Like,
so at this time, like, you're like, music's going crazy type shit.
Yeah,
and then you're in the streets on top of that.
Yeah, so like all around the streets, I'm known. Like every house party I go, I'm known. Every like youth club, I'm known. Like everyone knows who I am. But I'm still on the streets making money. Like I'm not making money from music at this point. It's all just free. It's all just promo. It's all just people knowing about me. But I'm on the streets. I'm hustling. I'm pushing now. With what I mean. I'm doing CG shit. I'm pushing now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, I got my squad and whatever. And it got to the point where the teacher was like, look, you're coming in at like 12 in the afternoon, and other students they look up to you. You know, you come in with, you got chains, you got money, and they want to be like you. So they're starting to do what you do. They're starting to say like, why can't I come in late? P comes in late.
Yeah.
That got me kicked out. Cause they were like, yo, this guy is just, you're a mad influence. Like, so yeah, literally like.
So you was the black sheep.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, raw, like, I don't even cause trouble. They was like, yeah, but the influence you have is not great. And that's when I really, like, it took me back. And I was like, raw, I actually hear you. Like, you know what I mean? So I get it when people are like, oh, you know, you're a role model. And we don't ask to be no one's role model. But I get it when people are like, people look up to you, so they're watching you and trying to be like you. It's the same as your kid. You got a kid. When you see your kid, when he hits like between 1 and 2, you say something a certain way, your kid will repeat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are the same. They're just not a kid. They're not a baby, but they're the same. You start dressing a certain way, they will dress like you. They'll buy the same hats as you, the same tees as you. They'll walk like you. They'll talk like you. You hear it when you're on the server and you say certain things a certain way. Like, we might crack a joke and we talk a certain way. Next minute, you know, people in the chat are saying the same thing you say 100%. And how you guys say it. That's the influence. Do you get me? So I learned from then, like, oh shit, like, okay, this is what influence does. So that's when I started adding it to my music, and then it started changing. Like, I was making lyrics more catchy and relating to people more. And then that's when music really started blowing up. And then I started making money from music because I was getting booked at like clubs and shows.
So I guess when you got like kind of kicked out, you just kind of went full force.
I went full. Yeah, I went full for it. I was on the street for a bit, for maybe like another year after that. I was just heavy on the streets, just making like tons of money. And then I was just like, that's when I started learning from my Asian friends. And they was like, you know, they were looking at like, what's next for them? Some of them were going university, but also they had money put aside, ready to buy a house. I'm like, buy a house? What's these guys talking about? Buy a house? You know what I mean? Like, I'm all ignorant and dumb to it. Like, buy a house? Who cares, man? I got 100 grand. I'm all, you know what I mean? I'm ignorant, and they're just like, it's all good having 100 grand when you can't spend it. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't spend it? They're like, you can't walk in to buy a house. I never forget this. Like in one of my songs, Buster Red, I talk about it, about walking into the dealership and buying a car. I walked in with a bag of money. Yeah, I want that BMW. And they laughed at me. This ain't how it works. Yeah. They said, this ain't how it works, son. Yeah, they laughed at me. I thought I was the man, you know what I mean? I'm paying money, I've got cash, I'm the guy, you know what I mean? And they just laughed at me. I've never felt smaller. They was like, yeah, mate, take your bag back. This ain't how it works. I was like, what? The guy had to school me. He's like, you need to go to a bank, yeah, open an account, get a debit card. I was like, what the fuck is a debit card? I had a cash card, but that was something like, you couldn't even use that in the shops. Like, cash card you can only use in the ATM. Like,
yeah,
couldn't, you know what I mean? And they was like, no, you need a debit card. This is how street I was. I didn't even know this shit. They're like, you need a debit card, bro. I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, all right, cool, say less. Went down to the bank, opened an account. I'm thinking I'm gonna get the card there and then. They're like, yeah, no, you gotta wait 7 days. It'll come to your house. I'm like, what? What? I'm back to my shit for the next 7 days. Card comes. All right, cool. Cash in, put the cash in, put it on my card. Back to the dealership. Yo, I want to buy a brand new BMW. And then that was it. After that, like, I was like, all right, cool. I need to go hard with music because I'm understanding now. This dirty money, the same thing we do on the server, this dirty money ain't shit until it's clean. It ain't shit.
Yeah.
The real things that matter, buying houses and property, and who cares? They don't care about your dirty cash. They don't give a damn. No one cares. Don't mean anything. Apart from, buying sweets and shit from the shop. Like, but, buying a house, they ain't taking cash like that. It's got to come through the bank. Yeah. So I had to learn that way and learn about all that. And then, music started taking off, man. It just started going crazy. Once, like, MySpace came and Facebook and social media is a blessing and a curse. But, once social media came and YouTube, I just started skyrocketing, man. Yeah, man.
So I seen you get into some of these, like, crazy beefs, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, so was these beefs stemming from you know, just rap shit or some street shit or mix the both?
Nah, it's kind of a mix. I wouldn't say street shit because like my street shit was way too serious for music. Like in the UK, music like rap beef wasn't fully street yet because it was just in the streets, you know. If you was a music person, you was a music person. I was like the first, not the first, but I was like there was only a handful of people in music in my time who were in music and street.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time, someone was just a music man. They weren't from the street. They weren't gang like that. They didn't have a gang. They would say, "Yeah, I'm from the hood," but in their own hood, people would be like, "Yeah, that guy ain't that guy."
Yeah.
There was me and a few other people who were like, "Okay, no, these guys are really those guys," and they're with them. And you could see in my old videos, they're all, you know, my guys are with me, and you know what I mean. So when I started getting into rap beef, it kind of started going into like a mix of rap beef and street because we were from the street. So we're finding it hard to separate the two. Like people are like, you know, it's just lyrics. But I'm like, I'm from the street. You don't say that shit and it's just lyrics. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, you say this shit on the street. Like, you know what I mean? We're going off. So I'm like, what do you mean? It's just lyrics. So I had to learn that. Like, because again, I didn't grow up to like rap. I didn't grow up to like Tupac and Biggie. And I didn't grow up to any of that. So I'm just from the street, but I can make music. That's the difference. So when people are like, yeah, this guy wants to do this, I'm like, what? All right, let's load up. Let's go. Like, and then they're like, no, it's, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my God. So I had to learn, like, okay, some of these guys are just music guys. It's not street. It's meant to be music. But yeah, sometimes it got techie. It got very, it got crazy, you know? Even like, it's crazy. One time we was at Wireless Festival, which is like a big festival in the UK. And I was there. And Giggs was there. And this was the first time me and Giggs had ever spoke because the area he's from and the area I'm from was like, no. Like Bloods, Crips type thing.
Yeah.
But so many years had passed and we'd both been on a similar journey where it's like he's doing his music thing now and trying to, you know, change that narrative. And so was I. But the people we was with, you know, they ain't musicians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we all spoke. Like it was a weird, we came off stage and we was all there and it was just, yo, I'll go on. What, you know, Gigs, I'll go on. Yeah. And it was a tense moment. And then I think he was the one that said, "Raw, 10 years ago, if this moment was 10 years ago, right here, right now, it'd be blood. It would have been Wireless. It would have been blood. It would have been all over the TV. It would have been blood. If it was 10 years before.
You did some music with Giggs, right?
Yeah. That's my guy, man. That's my people's. Like, yeah, man. Like, good friend. Like, not even on a music one. Like,
So what's it like? Like obviously I know Giggs. Giggs been in there. What about I know you fuck with Jamie, right?
That's my guy.
What about Skepta?
Yeah, man. I've known Skepta for years. I knew Skepta before I got close with Jamie, to be honest. How did I meet Skepta? I met Skepta through, I think he was at one of my friends' like birthday parties or some shit. And then there was like a situation that happened and I think he just had like a disagreement with people I knew. And then he had a show that was in my area, like a week or two after, and then he was like, "Yeah, I want to go down there, but you know what I mean, I'm trying to connect the dots. Like I want them to know I'm not coming here on some arm ass thing. Like I want to come and do my show, but I'm also respecting whoever's from there." And three of my friends were like that knew him was like, "Yo, cool P Money, man. He's up and coming guys doing his thing, and he's out there with the guys, like he's out there." And then Skepta, man, he was just a blessed guy. He just called me down. He said, "Yo, P, I got a show at this place." I was like, "Yeah, I know that place." He was like, "Yeah, come through." I was like, "Raw, big time Skepta." Cool, man. And we come through, me and my guys. He brought me on stage and we MC'd. Was going back to back. And then, yeah, that was how I got to know him. Like, and he started bringing me a few places. We've been on radio together. Like, this is like way before he'd even blown up or anything. And then, that's how I got to know JME and Frisco and his other crew members, Jammer. And then I was in a crew called OGs, and we was like doing radio sets together, like rolling to raves together and all sorts. Like we had their back, they had ours. Do you know what I mean? Any situation they had, we was like, yo, we're in. And they're from North London, we're from South. So it was kind of a big link up. Like North and South is nowhere near each other. Have no business even linking up, but it was a cool link up at the time. And yeah, man. So that's how I got to know like Skepta, JME, and the whole Boy Better Know crew.
Boy Better Know.
Yeah, man. But I know everyone, man. I got to know everyone in the
You
scene.
put a lot of people on too. Like I remember you telling me about the KSI song, and I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh! Like you put a lot of first.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I put him on because he definitely had like a tune or two before that, but I gave him that like, okay, take this guy serious, bro. Like, yeah, cool, he does his gaming thing, and yeah, cool, he does YouTube, but this is a guy trying to do music seriously, so take him serious. I'm taking him serious, so you guys got to take him serious.
Yeah.
And that was the message we wanted. We wanted that. Like, even when me and him spoke about doing the song, he was like, look, I think you're sick, but I'm trying to be dead serious about this. And I could see alone, like, the passion. Like, he ain't bullshitting. He ain't trying to do some bullshit. Like, he was set on, look, man, I love making music. I want to be the best at anything I do. Like, what better than to be on a track with P Money and just go for it? I was like, you know what? I fuck with that. I fuck with what you're trying to do and your message. The same way when he goes into boxing, he wants to be the best at it. He really puts the grind in. Like, people don't see the hard work that goes on behind the scenes to do what he does. And now he's put people on in the boxing scene. You know what I mean? People have made careers overnight from his boxing thing. So yeah, for me, was spreading that message of like, I just, I want to do something sick. I was just like, cool, man, let's do it. Let's do the tune. So yeah, we did the tune, and I'll never forget when I used to upload videos on YouTube, it would freeze at like, it would either freeze at 301 views. That meant you was getting like a couple thousand at a quick rate, or it would freeze at 3,001. That meant you was getting like tens of thousands. This guy, bro, we dropped the tune within like, I don't know, minutes. I saw 300,000. He phoned me. He was like, yeah, man, just wanted to say big up again, man. The video's out. I said, yeah, the video's getting sick, man. It's on 300,000 views. He goes, no, it's on 1 million. I said, no, it's on 301,000 views. He goes, no, it's stuck. I said, what? He said, yeah, you know when it's on 301? Yeah, this is 301,000. It's stuck. I'm logged in. I can see it. It's on 1 million. It was like 1 million in a minute. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like
that, because mental. that has like what, 200 or something million?
No, I think it's like more like 129 or something.
Something crazy. I seen a number.
Something for the time it was crazy. Yeah. People weren't hitting that at that. Even now,
people not hitting that now.
You ain't hitting that now. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. Like, as much as people say, oh yeah, you got me listening to KSI because you did the tune with him, and I finally took it serious, bro. I'm not dumb to the fact of his fan base was that massive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he knew that too, but the message was about taking it serious. And yeah, man, they took it serious. And as you could see from the results of that song, crazy.
Bro, honestly, P, like, there's so much more I want to, like, because I know I told you I'd keep you for an hour. There's so much more.
Bro, I'm good. I got time. I just don't know if you got time. I got time.
There's like, because it's like, man, like, there's so much gems. That's why I'm like, because in this interview, I'm like, man, I want to keep it like a certain thing, but I'm like, whoa, this shit just
it just spirals. Yeah, man. There's so much shit you could talk about. Yeah, because I feel you.
Your come up is like actually like really insane, and like how long you've been. Like, that's what's really crazy to me, because it's like you're like what, 15 years in the game almost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, about 15, 16 years.
Yeah, bro, like, people don't have these kind of careers in music.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could talk forever. I mean, I don't mind. You could make it a part 1 and a part 2, whatever. But yeah, I've been doing it for a long, long time and still going. Like, I've had real big highlights and key moments. I've worked with all sorts of artists. I mean, even like Ed Sheeran. I'll never forget when I was talking to Rami about Ed Sheeran. He was like, "You know Ed Sheeran?" I was like, "Yeah, like that's my mate." He was like, "What?" And I could tell in his voice, he was like, he's thinking, you bullshitting, you know, because I don't scream and boast. I don't have like, you know, 1 million followers. I don't like hit 10 million views all the time and shit like that. So I can get why some people would look at it and be like, nah, you don't know these guys. But you know what I mean? Until I show them like, yeah, I do. I just don't scream and shout. So when I got him the Ed Sheeran video where Ed Sheeran was like, yo, big up Rami, I heard you're a fan, and P Money showed me I got Rami to. I said, if you want me to get a message from Ed Sheeran, you got to send me a video singing Ed Sheeran's song, and he did. And then I went Amsterdam. I was at TwitchCon actually with Fixer and Fixer's missus, and Ed was in Amsterdam at the same time performing. So I went there. I took Fixer with me, and went and saw him, and I showed him. I was like, yeah, look, this is my mate Rami. Big fan from New Jersey. I said from New Jersey, not New York. Yeah. I said he's from New Jersey. I said he's a big fan. Here's the video, and then Ed made a video back, and then I showed Rami it. I think he played it on stream or something. I can't remember. Yeah. But I feel like that was the first time people on the server started realizing, oh shit, okay, like this guy might not just be a real artist, but he's been around. Like he knows people. I just don't do the whole scream and shout, run around and boast. Yo, I do this, I do that. Yo, yesterday I performed to 30,000 people. Or, I make this much money. Or that ain't me, because I never came in the game with that. I came in the game as I could just make music. But I'm from the street. I'm the same cool guy. And when I say from the street, doesn't mean you have to be gangster.
Yeah.
I was just with all of them. I'm from there. You know what I mean? They're my guys. And yeah, I know how to handle myself, but you know what I mean? I was just trying to make it out and just do good for my people. And I'm just that blessed guy. I'm that guy who was cool with everyone. How I act on a server, I'm cool with that gang, cool with that one. Yeah, I'm Chang Gang. I know where my loyalty is, but I'm cool with people. And that's how I've always been. So I just carry on with that, you know? I don't really scream and shout what you do, because when I was on the street, if you screamed and shout what you was doing, you went jail. You got caught. That's how you got caught.
Or your food.
So and I just kept that mentality of, I ain't gonna scream and shout everything I'm doing in music. I just do it, and if the fans see it, then cool. That's all that matters, you know.
So what would you say? What would you say is like next for P? What's the goals looking like?
Just you know what's crazy? I do plan, but I don't. So the only plans I have at the moment is I've recorded a bunch of music. I got like projects coming out, probably like October, November. I got like I'm calling it 140 BPM, which is the tempo of the music. Grime is 140 BPM. The dubstep that we make in the UK is 140 BPM. And I haven't made that in a little while. I started dropping that recently, and people are getting mad for it. I put clips on my Instagram, and people are like, "Oh my god, he's back on that vibe. Like this is what I first heard when I heard P Money. Like this is the shit I want." So I'm making a project that's just like 140, no like drum and bass or anything. But then I'm also doing drum and bass stuff. So I'm probably gonna do like a massive album next year. I got another track with Ed Sheeran. Yeah. So
I got somebody sent me a clip of you talking about me, and you said if you was to do a project that wasn't double step, you'd let me do a hook.
Yeah, for sure. I could. Yeah, definitely, man. Like I already reached out to Lookers because I was like, I heard the song you did, the Dragon one, and I was like, this is too sick, man. Like
yeah, he's working with Cap. They got like 50 songs.
Yeah, I've been hearing, man. There was a bit on that song that you did when I was like, if you repeated that's a hook right there. That's a fucking banging hook. But yeah, I said for sure. There's like there's a few other people like I definitely want to do stuff with that's not just RP stuff. You know, I feel like I like to separate the two. Like, yeah, we could do RP music, that's cool, but it would be good to do some
real music.
Original, fresh and real music, and just bring you into that world of like actually doing shit like music video. I've always said as well, like, why ain't Zolo doing proper videos? Get more like out there, like more tunes. And
I was, but then I got into a bad deal, and I'm just like, man, fuck this industry shit. I got tied down. I couldn't release music, so I was kind of like, RP actually helped me get out of that like depressed Because I was like,
Yeah.
when I got like the when Tori gave me the feature and stuff, I got into this deal. It was like moving. We were supposed to do that. I was supposed to actually be the first person to sign to United Masters before they signed what's his name, Wild Chopper or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they were on the new stuff like that you know they understood like the internet, the Instagram, and how to like
Yeah.
United Masters were like the first to blow these guys, and that they were working, and they were like on some. The deal was like cool and stuff, but the person that I was going through was just like fucking up these deals, and then it was just bad, and I was just like,
even that you should have just hit me.
I didn't know. No, this was before I knew you. This was way.
Oh, okay.
This was like maybe 2018, 19.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I got into RP like 2021, 2022, and I think I got into No Pixel. No, I got into No Pixel 2022. And yeah, so I was kind of just like, yo, you know, like done with this shit, cause like my whole life I was in like in LA, I was in all these writing camps, I was flying here, you know, sleeping on couches, doing all that shit, going to Atlanta, and it just took the soul out of me, you know. So
I feel you.
So then that's why I was like, bro, I don't even want to do this stuff no more.
I feel you, man. I'm telling you though.
And then now it's like,
man.
Now it's like with like the RP, it's like I'll just put out music. It does views. There's no middleman. That's why I even kind of like I like that you said there was no middleman. It's like I do the shit. I got a touring agent. I do my own shit. Blah blah blah. Because the middleman's always fucking up shit, man. And I had a contract with the middleman, so it was like, yo, I had to wait till that contract was out to even release music. I couldn't even put music on my Spotify.
So can you do that now?
Yeah, I can do that now. That's done.
Yeah, then cool. That's what I'm trying to see, bro. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to 2024. I'm trying to see some IRL Zolo shit.
I'm working on a project with my boy now. Jarrell, he was like, yo, let's do. Well, we got something like a bunch of shit cooking, but I was like, I don't even know where I would even start. Like, I put some music out, do some videos, but like, how does that even make sense? It's just like kind of doesn't make sense for me. It's like, how do
It does, man. Because do it for music's sake. Do it because you think the music's dope, and you know what you do is you put it out. Like I put music out because I think it's dope. I don't make music for anyone. I make music for me, and I imagine you're doing the same. When you're 100%. In the studio. You're making shit because you think it's dope. When you put it out, I put it out, and I'm just like, whoever fucks with it, I fuck with. Yeah, that's it. Like. They will find me. They will find that, and they'll be like, yo, this is dope, and they will come and find me. You'll get that message, yo, just heard your song on Rare, you got a fan now. That's what it's for. That's what it's about. Like, yeah. You hear me? And then you just make more. Like, yo, check this out. And then you got your community, you got your hardcore, your core fan base is what you build with that. When you just put the music out, don't care about views. You already got your stuff going on. You're streaming, you're doing whatever. Just put the music out because you want to try and connect with the people who are like you and like your sound. And then you, next minute, you know, when you're doing that, you know, every couple months you've been doing that, you'll look back in a year and be like, oh shit, I got this mad core fan base. Yeah. All right, cool. You know what? Let me do a show so we can all link up. That's what my shows are. When I do my headline shows, they're places for people to come and link me. Because you can't come to my house. So like, yo, I'm gonna be in this city. Come. If you're from there, come. I had loads of people from No Pixel come to like different places in the UK. Australia, I linked up with people from the server. I had fans in the crowd. Like I had people that were like, P, I've never gone to an event before, but because you put on this show, I've come out. I've had the greatest time. Like I got to hear No Pixel songs and your real songs. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. Like music.
I think it's a mental block for me, and I think I've got to like approach it just like how I do No Pixel music, because it's like for me when I hit the IRL, I get that like it's like I'm scarred, so I gotta like change that.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's totally understandable, but that's the only way is just try one, put one out, and then I guarantee you've already got your fan base, even with RP. You know what I mean? So it's like you've got the hardest bit is already done. You've got people that fuck with you. That's the hardest bit. It's getting people that actually fuck with you. You already got that. So Yeah, man. Like I said, anyway, I'm always here to
No,
help,
I
bro.
appreciate that
Feel
for
no way
sure.
to just reach out.
Nah. You give me some gems, man. Oh, yeah. Well, P, I appreciate you. I
Yeah,
appreciate you
man.
coming on the pod. What we kind of do is there's people who ask questions. So I got a
Yeah,
couple questions that people have asked. And I'm just gonna ask them right now. Hold
yeah.
on. Someone asked, when are you dropping the other two OTT discs? This is.
I don't know because it don't make it don't make sense. Part of me wanted to drop another one and be like, cook up the pressure on him. But this ain't a real battle. It's RP. So that's why I don't want to do that, because in real life I would have done that.
You would have finished
Like
them.
in real life, I've done it in my clashes before. I was saying this to you about the Kendrick and Drake thing.
Yeah.
Like I did exactly the same thing. I went and recorded when I had my clash with Dot Rotten, and he dropped his first one, and then everyone was like, yo, P. I knew straight away. I could see the power. Okay, the power's in my hand now. You've made it that I have to respond, and everyone's gonna wait. So I just made people wait.
Yeah.
I recorded like 4, 5, and I was just hitting him one. Dropped the first one, everyone went crazy. Before he could even, take that in, there was another one. It's like, shit. There was a third one. Like, at the end of the second one was a snippet of the third one. Then I hit him with the third one. Then I was like, yeah, look, that's an EP. Here you go. 3 tracks. Then and in one of the tracks, I was like, I got more to say on Snake EP2 that let people know there's more songs. So I always had the jabs ready. Like, no matter what you say now, I've covered every angle.
You was kind of explaining it to me yesterday, because you're like, that's why like Kendrick took like 10 to 15 days to respond, because he was working on all these records.
Yeah.
So
he was covering every angle.
So you think Kendrick's got like more in the chamber?
100%. Listen, rumors. I saw rumors like, and these some rumors come out of nowhere, and you're like, whatever. The rumor I saw was, yo, when Kendrick first dropped, somebody tweeted from his camp, yo, this is sick. The one I heard though was like 19 minutes. You don't just say that shit.
Yeah.
19 minutes worth of dissing don't come from nowhere. And if I was Kendrick, what I would probably have done, and this is one thing, this is what I clocked today as well. When people talk about, the beat switches that people have, like Drake will have, the song will go one way and then go into another song. A lot of that is, he might have written, let's say he wrote a whole diss track, yeah? And the beat is one tempo. Then someone had another beat that was a different tempo. And you're spitting that diss track to that beat, and you're like, oh, it sounds good on that. Then you spit it to this beat, and you're like, it sounds sick on this. Sometimes you're like, you know what? These punchlines, this part sounds better on this beat than it does on that one. So you cut your disses up. All right, that one's there, that one's there, and that one's there. And what Drake did was he spat over like different beats, and it was like one long diss. I think Kendrick just wrote so much shit, and all he needed to do was divide it up and get beats. Got that beat, got that beat, got that beat. And you know what I mean? And then now they fit. And producers probably made shit to make it fit. Or he just chose, right, that section of that disc can go on that. So, and he covered every angle. Like, okay, what can Drake say about me? The same thing I did. What is this guy going to say about me? And you cover it. So the moment now, you can pick and choose. You're sitting back, and it's like chess. You've got all your pawns in front of you, and you're just waiting for his moves. Because I can move any of these based on what he does. So the moment Drake said something about family, oh, sick. Where's my family one? Oh, yeah, here you go. Bang. Here you go.
So Kendrick is well versed in this, because we've never seen we've seen Drake do this.
Yeah, 100%. Drake. The issue here is it's not Drake underestimated him.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think Drake underestimated him?
Drake underestimated him.
Yeah.
He underestimated that Kendrick will go and record so much music, and on top of that, what the benefits of recording all of that in advance is you can drop that to sway the crowd, because that's what happened. He dropped Family Matters, and then he just hit him with you know what I mean, straight after. So straight away people are like, I don't even care that that's not a direct reply to that diss. That diss is hard.
Yeah.
That's all they cared. So you've swayed the crowd. Then on top of that, you can now bide your time to write a reply because you've got that one doing the work. You just put it out. So then that's why when he hit him with Not Like Us, everyone was like, oh my God. Because he's in the right headspace. He's like, I ain't even worried, bro, because you just dropped. Imagine this, you're Drake, you underestimated him. Yeah, remember he was putting up pictures. I got the nuclear bomb. I got the nuclear bomb. I'm ready. You drop this. You think it's a haymaker. And then someone ducks you. All of that wind that you had is gone. You put all your might into that swing and you just see a man duck it. Bro, you're defeated. You're thinking, oh my God. That was
because Drake seems like he's actually writing his disses in real time.
Yeah, he is.
So he's 100%. Writing to respond.
That's the underestimation. He thought Kendrick weren't prepared. And it was the same thing I had when I clashed with Dot. Dot was then on the back foot. Now Kendrick's on the back foot. You're writing disses that are not exactly responses. You're explaining shit now.
Yeah.
That's the trap. Kendrick was so advanced and had all these tracks so ready that you're now on the back foot. Like, shit, I need to respond to that one and that one. Shit, I need to say something to that one. Well, he's just like, yep, I've got to just write a response to your one tune. You got 3 of mine to talk about. I got 1 of yours to write to. I could take my time with this. You know what I'm saying? It's overwhelming.
Yeah, like, because honestly, like, yeah, that was kind of what it was. Because I'm like, well, I've seen Drake do this. I know he's ready for, like, we seen him do it with, like, multiple people, you know. But when people was hyping up Kendrick, I was like, yo, Kendrick is great, but we haven't seen him in war mode.
We haven't, but the thing is, we have. Y'all just been seeing it in a verse and not realizing that's the war mode. He's been hitting jabs for the last 10 years. He's been hitting him with jabs. We're starting to see it all come out in different songs and tweets. He's been ready. He's been waiting for this for time. So moment Drake bit, that was it. Oh, you bit. I got you now. And you dissed first. Remember, all Kendrick did was a verse.
Yeah.
That's what really kicked it off. It was a verse. You've done a whole track. So now you've done a whole track. Straight away, Kendrick's like, all right, it's on me. Now I can make people wait. I'm going to bide my time and make the sickest shit because I know you can see the power. No matter what, bro, they're going to wait. Even if your track was the best everybody's going to wait for a reply. It could have been next month. If Kendrick dropped the first ever reply next month, we still would have said, did you hear Kendrick's song?
Yeah.
Everyone still, yo, Kendrick replied.
So do you think it's done now?
I don't know, because obviously that stuff has happened outside his house, and the last diss that Drake did, I don't think it's going the way he wanted it. Joe Budden says it kind of perfect, that the culture shifted. That slavery stuff that he said, when it first dropped, people were like, ha, 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 ha. Now people are listening back to what Kendrick has actually explained. Yo, do you understand what this man is saying when he says that line? Mm-hmm. Now people are listening back to it now like, can't laugh at that. That line's a bit, the culture's starting to change. People are starting to say, you know what? Kendrick's the guy. The clubs are raving.
Bro, it's crazy, man.
They're raving, and it's not just in LA.
When you sent me that tweet yesterday, he tweeted something else after that, the same you, and like he went into like some detail, and I'm like, this is real. Like, he's real.
Saying. So for those that are watching, the tweet that he's talking about is me and Zolo was talking, and I'm saying, from my experience of rap beefs, the rap battle doesn't end when the songs end. The rap battle ends when the loser realizes he's losing fans, shows, sponsorships, deals, streams, views. Everything starts declining. That is the battle. That's the real battle.
And like you said something that was crazy, that was like real shit. It was like, yo, sometimes they'll announce a tour, and a motherfucker will be like, well, my tour's on the same time.
Yes, like we've seen it. We've seen 50 do it loads of times. Like, you know what I mean? Like a guy would be like, "All right, we saw it in the UK with Wiley and Skepta. They were going at it, and they were cool. They were actually cool with each other, but they were going at it, and it was like, well, what's the best way of us doing competition? All right, we'll drop albums in the same day. Then let's fucking see." And if right now, today, Drake drops an album and Kendrick drops an album, Kendrick is he's going to the moon, because we're already seeing it. His diss tracks are about to, they're in the charts.
Four of them top 10.
They're in the charts. He's about to get his first solo number one. He hasn't had before.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a solo number one before, but now he's going to get one. So that shows you who's winning the overall war, the culture of rap right now. You can see, because Drake is undoubtedly, he's the biggest artist, but right now, the numbers are, it's Kendrick. You can see it. It's all there for you. The views, and 3 days, 25 million views on YouTube. He's doing Taylor Swift shit.
And then Kendrick did some other shit too. Kendrick made his all the YouTubers are saying like they made millions because he made his shit copyright free.
Again, and that's a
such
key move.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? It's a key move because now everyone can freely promote your shit, but at the same time, you're for the culture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, bro.
Do you see what I'm saying now? It's bigger than, oh, he made a song. Nah, this is a whole culture shift, because now anyone, even a reactor who's a Drake fan, he's gonna be like, I have to respect Kendrick because he's allowed me to make money off this. The guy I'm a fan of, Drake, ain't done that for me. So he's in people. Even if you're a Drake fan, he's already getting in your heads like, bro, like, yo, this guy might be the guy because he's kind of doing everything that you should be doing. You know what I mean? He's saying the stuff you should be saying. So it's like, it's tough. I'm just a fan of, like, you know, I'm a fan of it both. I listen to it as a fan. I don't care who wins.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you know, if people are paying real attention right now, Kendrick's going through the roof. Like, the numbers say alone, like, that ain't normal. Like, Drake is, you know, before this, he's the biggest rapper, right? Like, his numbers were stupid. But in this beef, when he's dropping songs and shit, they ain't looking like Kendrick's. They ain't. Yeah, and people are playing their songs back to back in the clubs. People are booing, standing still.
I seen that, man.
People are cutting the beat to see who sings. They're not singing their bit. They're singing Kendrick's bit. You know, the streets will tell you who's won. In any rap battle or clash, whatever, you will see who's won. It's the streets that tell you. This is the same thing was having an RP about OTT and SK. When OTT was like, I ain't got to respond. I'm one. And I'm saying, the artists don't decide who's won.
Yeah.
That's why when Drake was in the end of his song, you know, yo, it's done. I ain't even, you know what I mean? Like, he's delivered his last one and it's done. You don't decide.
Yeah.
You don't. I don't care how good you are. You don't decide. The fans decide. The streets decide. The streets will tell you. Everyone will be talking.
Do you feel like Drake should have even took the bait from the like that? You think Drake should have just ignored it?
Like, if he's thinking back now.
Should have isn't the right thing. I think now, looking back, he wished he did. I think he wished he didn't buy and didn't underestimate Kendrick. I think that was the trap. I think he thought, because undoubtedly, if you're Drake, you're the biggest rapper, your numbers are crazy, your fan base is way crazier than this guy. Not way, but you could see a difference. You're thinking, right, I probably won't have to do much. Everyone's going to sing my praises no matter what. My fan base is crazy for me. So this is a walk in the park. But what he didn't realize is what he didn't factor in is Kendrick's come with like rap culture. Like, the type of beats, the way he's rapping, he's made it about abilities as well as your dirty laundry, where Drake is just coming with dirty laundry. If we're talking about ability, Kendrick's been going crazy with the flows and, you know, I
see something on Twitter. Someone said Kendrick's making gangsters like lyrical rap again.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk, because that is what it was. That's what it used to be about. And he's just like, Kendrick's like, yo, I'm the guy for that. I am the guy. I've been pushing that. And now I'm pushing it to your biggest guy. Like, if you think Drake's the biggest because he's sick, or you know what I mean? If you think Drake's the biggest because he's the sickest rapper, I'm gonna show you it's not that. It's all these other things. And that's what this whole thing is he saying your time's done because you're not actually the guy. That's what Kendrick's coming on. It's like, I'm the guy. You're not actually the guy. You're bigger because of all this other stuff. And he's emptying his laundry all over the place. This is why you are who you are. And this is why I am who I am. And we're looking at it in real time and saying, yeah, Kendrick,
the seed of doubt. Seed of doubt, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I mean?
From and that's why I was like, yo, when because I had a perspective, but then when I'm like, yo, let me talk to P, because this is what P does. Like, P's been in these battles, had these 10-minute, 9-minute fucking battles, like, you know what I'm saying, versus back to back, you know? Yeah. And then I'm like, yo, let me talk to P. And then we expand, I'm like, yeah, P's right.
The battle is bigger than just the tunes, bro. Like, I'm a Drake fan.
Me too.
But you know what I mean? I'm a Drake fan. I'm a Kendrick fan as well. When I heard Good Kid, Mad City, I was like, this brother is crazy. The flows this guy's been coming with, even the creativity he has in the skits, everything. I'm just like, nah, man, this is a rapper's rapper. Like, he's rapping. Like, he's got everything about him, the old schoolness and the new school. Like, he's cultured to the T. I feel like you can't teach this man nothing about rap. I feel like even that as history, you try and talk to this man about history, he's gonna know what he's talking about. That's just the vibe I get from Kendrick. And even in this battle now, I'm just like, I see it. I'm like, yo, this man is, he worked on his shit. And then I know people are like, you know, what about Drake when he, you know, said about the line about the daughter thing? And I'm just like, yeah, cool. That was a sick chess move, but it didn't end the game.
It wasn't. Nobody's caring about that. You know what I mean? Like, if you had one or didn't.
He took a few pieces off the board. The game still goes until the queen gone. The game's still on. So it's like, yeah, that was a sick move, sick play, but you know, the game's still on. But I don't know, man. I just feel like, I feel like Drake underestimated him, if I'm honest, man. And I just think that Not Like Us one
came with the hit maker, man. And we've never everybody's always wanted Kendrick to make that hit, and Kendrick's always been in his like conscious like theme album. So you're like, we're not gonna get that, let me get that club West Coast banger. We'll look to YG and those guys. But he gave us one with the diss. So that's why I feel like that's what made it even bigger, because it's like we finally got it from Kendrick, and it's a diss. It's like, you know, it's almost like back to back when Drake made that hit song. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, man. I appreciate Drake for entertaining it, but at the same time, I feel sorry for him, because I know he's sitting there thinking, if I didn't do this, you would still be at the level the Kendrick you was at. Now I've done this, you're big man Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? And I saw the same thing with, in the UK, we had an artist called Chip versus Bugsy Malone. We didn't know who Bugsy Malone was. No one knew who he was. The moment Chip started dissing this guy, millionaire now, Lamborghinis, customized, everything. He's gone. He's clear. You know what I'm saying? Crazily clear. But it was all because Chip decided to respond to him. It all stemmed from that. And I feel like we're seeing the same shit. As much as Kendrick is a massive artist, what has happened with Drake now, you know, stepping in the ring is you get Kendrick's fans, and now you get Drake's fans, and you get the world, who's just fans in general, all looking now. And it's like, whoa, I'm going to prove I'm better than you. And if he does prove it, you've got all of those people. The Kendrick fans are now going to scream, see, I told you. Then you're going to get the world screaming, yep, Kendrick's better. And then you're going to get a certain percentage of Drake fans being like, yeah, nah, man, Kendrick done it. And that's all Kendrick needs. And that's it. It's like, you won.
Again, like if Kendrick drops it, because apparently he's coming out with an album. If he drops, like you said, if he drops an album with 1-2 like commercial tunes,
I'm telling you,
he's gonna have a good run.
Next, people want to hear, has he got any more disses? Any slide digs? It's like me and OTT. I drop my track for OTT. If I say tomorrow in RP, I'm dropping a tune, the first thing anyone's gonna say is, it's gonna be another one for OTT?
Yeah.
Or is there going to be lines in there for OTT? It could be a slow jam. People are going to listen, hoping for one line about OTT. Like, that's just how the fan base goes when it comes to rap battles. So, of course, if Kendrick was smart, he'd be ready to drop an album in the next month or two. And it will break records. Because right now, all eyes are on him. Like, right now, they're on him and Drake. But at the moment, it just seems, from what I'm seeing on the internet, it's going Kendrick's way. It just seems. It seems to be playing into his hand. That's the shit I'm seeing, man. Can't lie.
It's crazy, man. All right, Pete. Do you have anything, any last words for like somebody that's either inspiring to be a streamer or inspiring to be, a musician, just successful? Like, what would you say to them if they're hearing this message and they feel, either lack of confidence, struggling?
I can't give advice on being a streamer because I don't class myself as like a successful streamer. I don't even know how you get there. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how you would get crazy amount of subs and whatnot. I don't know. I don't even know what classes as a successful streamer. But in terms of like, if you're gonna become an artist, rapper, producer, anything, is the first thing I'll say is focus in your house first. Yeah. And by that I mean, if you live at home with your girl or you live at home with your parents, they need to like you first and like what you're doing first. Show them, get their support first. Even if they don't think you're dope, but they're willing to support you, get that first. Then you get it amongst your friends. Yeah. Now you've got 8 to 10 people that support you. Yeah. Then you spread to their friends and a wider. Now it grows to 20, 30 people. Now you got 20, 30 people that will listen to your tune or watch your video because they're down to support you. Then the internet will start catching on and the algorithm will start helping you out. People seem to try and skip this and just try and get big around the world. Like, concentrate on your home turf first. Like, get big in your own neighborhood first, your own state. Focus on that first. Be old school. Go around giving out your CD, or you go and buy fucking 100 USBs and give it out to your whole neighborhood. You know what I mean? You don't know. Your neighbor could be fucking someone at Universal willing to sign you. You don't know. So you need to focus on that first, and then it will spread. You know what I mean? Word of mouth is the best way of promo because, one, it's free, and two, people do it every day. People talk about stuff every day. So just getting people to talk about you is as easy as just talking to people. Like, yo, hi, my name is so-and-so, this is what I do, check my shit out. And then if they do, they'll be driving, someone gets in their car, yo, what's this? Yo, this guy just gave it to me, his name's Rare. Word of mouth is spreading. Now that guy knows who you are because he just told him. That's the best method of any form of promo, you know what I mean? Just going on the internet and just posting to anyone, it ain't gonna do it, you know what I mean? If I'm sitting in this chair and I'm looking at Zolo walking by himself, just posting music, I'm gonna be like, that guy is a loner. He's doing it by himself. If I look at Zolo now and he's got his parents rolling with him, his friends, his girlfriend and her friends, his friends' friends, his cousins, I'm seeing about 20, 30 people around this guy. I'm gonna start looking like, what's this guy on? Who's this special guy that everyone's crowding around? Do you know what I mean? It's all about perception. Music is all about perception, and if you look like you got support, people naturally support you. It's a fickle way of thinking, but that is just how the game is. Like, people see you by yourself and are reluctant to help you, but when they see other people doing it, they're like, oh yeah, I'll chip in and I'll help, because you look like the guy, you look like the person doing their thing. So that's one of the best advices I could give people is like, get your own people to be fucking with you, because even at the end, they're the last ones gonna be there. When you rise all the way up and you start coming down, they're the ones that are gonna be there. And if you didn't fuck with them first, they're gonna let you fall right to the bottom. They're just gonna be like, I ain't saving you.
Yeah.
You kind of just went up, and you know what I mean? So when people say start from the ground, also start at home. You know what I mean? Like, get that support amongst your friends and your family first, man.
All right, Pete. I appreciate you having you. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe. If you want to see P back, maybe we'll do a part 2 because man, there's so much to
There's
unravel.
So much, yeah. There's so much stuff we could have spoke about.
Guys, if there's more, you just put the comments in. If I miss something or you want to hear something, we might do a part 2. Just let me know. It's your boy Zo. We out.